What is up, guys and girls? It is the Sound Alchemist, and today I'm back to bring you some 40 facts on the Warhammer 40K universe. Well, I guess it's more lore, to be more accurate. Today I am going to be talking about the strongest weapon in Warhammer 40K. So if you guys don't follow us on Facebook, I recommend you do, because we are almost at 3,500 likes, and that means it'll be giveaway time. So on Facebook we post, or at least I try to post each and every day, and we post a bunch of pictures, some cool stuff that's going on with the community. Sometimes I post little sneak peeks into coming videos, and it's a great place to send us your fan lore. So if you haven't checked us out on Facebook, I greatly recommend you guys do that. And now to talk about this video here. So I believe it's been 2 days now that the Warhammer community put out an article talking about the next codex that's going to be dropping pretty soon, and that is the Mighty Imperial Knights. So Imperial Knights are these war machines that can put out work. If you don't know what I'm talking about, these are the images you see here. There's a whole bunch of Imperial Knight variants. Some have thermo cannons, some are more for close combat, but they dropped a new model of Imperial Knight, and that model has an epic weapon that does some big dick damage. Trust me when I say that, cause nothing has ever done that much damage with a single attack. But we'll get to that later. Let's jump into this lore on the strongest weapon in 40k. What is the strongest weapon of mankind? The god machines of the Adeptus Mechanicus? No. The Astarte legions? No. The tank? The lasgun? Maybe even the fist? Not at all. Courage, and courage alone, stands above them all. Lord Commander Solar Macarius. So he's got a point here. Solar Macarius was basically an Imperial Guard commander that led a massive campaign across the stars, and he liberated a whole bunch of human-controlled worlds. He brought even more worlds into Imperial law, and he is known as one of the greatest commanders in all of history. And he's got a point, because no matter what weapon you got, no matter who your enemy is, at the end of the day, if you've got the balls to use that weapon, to face your fears, to go out and wage war, that's what really counts. Courage stands above any weapon. However, this is Warhammer 40k, and the universe is very grimdark, and he who holds the strongest weapon will probably kill everybody else. So with that being said, guys, let's dive in. So again, Macarius is correct. It doesn't hurt to have a big ass gun that'll wipe out anyone or anything that stands in your way. I really want to drive this point, across, because like you said, courage is great, but big guns never tire. And like I said earlier, recently GW announced that the single most powerful weapon in the game has been unveiled. Now when you have weapons capable of obliterating literally all life on a planet, that says something. However, the closest thing to that in-game is the orbital bombardment. In my opinion, it's not that great. So when you look at it, you have to call it down by a chapter master. And that chapter master can't move in order for you to use it. On top of that, the chapter master can't fire any other weapon. And then, it's only a 6-inch bubble that inflicts D3 mortal wounds per unit, so you're not really doing that much damage, and there's a whole bunch of negatives to it. And then, the rotten cherry on top is that it's a stratagem, and this stratagem costs 3 command points to use. Even more if you had to upgrade your captain to chapter master, which is another 3 command points. So once you've factored everything in, this has the potential to cost you 6 command points, and if you roll maybe 1, a 2, or a 3 on your d6, you can still do no damage. So we're not looking too hot here when it comes to orbital bombardments or planet killer weapons. However, back in the day, I remember there was a time when the strongest weapon came from everybody's favorite Xenos race, the Tau. This mighty weapon was called the Rail Rifle. And like I said back in 5th edition, this gun would tear anything, anywhere on the battlefield. It was, I believe, strength 10 with a 72-inch range. But nowadays, it's been heavily toned down. It's now 60 inches, and it's a strength 8 with 2 shots that deal d6 damage. Now, this is pretty good, don't get me wrong, but when it's used on a broadside, you can't really do that much damage. However, when it's used on the hammerhead, it goes back to being 72-inch range, strength 10 with d6 damage. However, it's only 1 shot, so it kind of balances itself out. But this rail rifle has now been eclipsed by this brand new Titanic class weapon. But before we get to that, let's learn a little bit more about the guy who wields this epic mass destruction capable weapon called the Dominus Class Knight. So recently it's been unveiled that a new, bigger, tougher knight has been created. It has 2 power cores to fuel the unstoppable fury, but that also means that if it goes down, it'll go down with a massive explosion. It carries 2 heavy weapons, 2 twin melta-guns, and it also can carry 3 hard points upon its carapace. Now he comes at a whopping 28 wounds at toughness 8, so it will be tough to bring him down. But this one gun can do it. So let's talk about this gun already. The Volcano Lance, 80 inches of range, is nothing to laugh about. The strength of this weapon is a whopping 14, dealing 3d3 damage at a -5 armor penetration. So say goodbye to whatever this mechanical monstrosity has in its sights. Just kidding, guys. Even though the Volcano Lance is indeed powerful, there is still a weapon above it. The Thunder Coil Harpoon. That's right, guys. This weapon of mass destruction is a harpoon. When you need to overkill something so much, this is the go-to weapon. Now, it does have a minute hindrance, and that is that it's only 12 inches of range. Now, don't get me wrong, but 12 inches is a lot to be packing. It's only 1 shot, but it comes at strength 16 with a -6 armor penetration. Meaning you're pretty much wounding everything on 2s, and you better hope you have an invulnerable save, or else you'll be taking 10 damage to the face. That's right, guys. Not D3 damage, not D6 damage. Straight up 10 damage. And that 10 damage can get way worse. For example, if you're rolling against vehicles or monsters, you can re-roll hits. Oh, and did I forget to mention, if you're taking damage from this weapon, go ahead and add another D3 mortal wounds. Yeah, there you go, guys. The strongest gun, the Thunder Coil Harpoon. Now I'm going to put the links, I think it's just one link. I'm going to put the link to the article where GW talked about the Dominus Class Knight and the weapons that it can take, especially the Thunder Coil Harpoon. So let me know if you guys will be buying this new model and arming it with this weapon. Because I feel like no matter the points cost, it's going to be a very popular unit to use in your games. Now, when I think about it, almost every list tends to run armor in the form of like tanks, dreadnoughts, aircraft. Now, well, besides Tyranids, of course, but Tyranids has monsters, and this thing will still be able to reroll against monsters. So, yeah. It's a good day to be an Imperium player. So let me know what you guys think about this. In your opinion, do you believe that this is indeed the strongest weapon in 40K? If you guys have any other weapon that you think is better than this, let me know down in the comments. And yeah, that's all I had to talk about today. I just wanted to give you this information on the strongest weapon in 40K, because when I read it, I was like, whoa. I was taken back. I'm like, is this reality? Like, What is going on here? 10 damage to the face? Like, what can stand up to that? Primarchs are going down. You know, anything is going down against this dude. So your only hope is to bring another another Dominus class Titan, or Knight for that matter, and hopefully you get to hit first. So again, guys, let me know your opinions down below, and stay subscribed for more 40K content. This has been the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I will be seeing you guys tomorrow. Peace.